I'm at Universal's Islands of Adventure to see if this is really the best theme park restaurant in the world.
Well,
Today, I'm having lunch at Mythos, which has been awarded the world's best theme park restaurant by Theme Park Insider. I'm here to put that statement to the test. Is it really the world's best theme park restaurant? Let's go find out. Let's start with the exterior of the restaurant. It is quite impressive out here. We've got waterfalls coming off the buildings, Greek gods, really nice stonework. I kind of dig the outside. Mythos is located at the Universal Orlando Resort on the Islands of Adventure side of the theme park in the Lost Continent area, right across from where Poseidon's Fury used to be. This area of the park doesn't have much going on these days, but what it does have is a restaurant. So, you know, that's right up my alley. I figured I had to check it out. Our name just got called, so we're gonna head into the restaurant. We just sat down at our booth, and the inside of this restaurant is super cool. It feels like you're inside of a cave. Just like there was water flowing off the building outside, it's also inside, and there's some really cool lighting and like the really cool rock work inside. In terms of the type of cuisine that they serve at this restaurant, I believe it's pretty much all like Greek inspired. We're in kind of like a Greek god area. So let's take a look at the menu. For our appetizers, we have some grilled lamb meatballs, some calamari, a shrimp sushi roll. For a Greek restaurant, that sounds very interesting. I'm kind of intrigued. We have some lemon hummus, octopus spanakopita dip, that sounds good, and then kind of like a sampler platter there. We also have a couple soups and salads before we get to the entrees here, where we have a spinach and garlic ravioli, a roasted chicken, some beef, a souvlaki bowl, some bolognese, a scallop risotto, catch of the season, lamb, pork chop, pad thai, salmon, and then our sandwiches. We have a lamb burger that sounds delicious actually, and this fork, knife, and spoon grilled cheese, which is one of the things that they are known for here. So I think I might have to get that for my entree. Before we talk about the entrees, let's get into the appetizers. I decided to order the spanakopita dip. I really like spanakopita, so I figured it has to be good in a dip. And then I also got that shrimp sushi roll. I figured when in a Greek restaurant, you have to order sushi, right? I'm dining here today with my friends for the love of theme parks / for the love of vlogging. You guys have dined here before. Ryan, what are your thoughts on this restaurant?
I love the space itself, and my food was amazing last time. I know Isabel's was just as good. What did you get last time?
The grilled cheese.
You got the grilled cheese,
Yeah.
so that's what they're known for, I think, and you said it's really good.
It's amazing.
Okay, well, I can't wait to try it this time. Our appetizers just got to the table, and they both look really good. I will say the spanakopita dip has a very strong feta scent, so if you don't like feta cheese, I wouldn't get this. However, I really like it, so I'm excited to try it. And the shrimp roll looks pretty good as well. The shrimp sushi roll has shrimp and asparagus inside, and then the roll itself is actually deep fried, which is pretty cool. It's also supposed to be topped with a wasabi aioli, which you know me, no aioli, no mayo for me, so I got it without, but it does have that nice eel sauce on top. As for the spanakopita dip, it's a blend of spinach, feta cheese, lemon, and fresh herbs. Sounds right up my alley. I feel like it's almost like a Greek spinach and artichoke dip. And then it's served with warm pita chips that have been seasoned with za'atar seasoning. Those look really good as well. Let's try the spanakopita dip. I got my chip, I got a little bit of that dip on there. Let's see how it is. Really strong feta flavor, but really delicious. The pita chips are just fried enough so like the inside is still really soft, but the outside's a little crispy. And that seasoning on them is delicious. I'm kind of digging this app. This dip is perfectly creamy, has a nice little lemon flavor in it. Honestly, it's loaded with flavor. Like, I would totally get this again, and I recommend you getting it. These chips, I think Isabel said she could eat these chips alone, and she's not wrong. The chips are insane. So Ryan can't try the dip, but Isabel just tried some. What do you think?
I thought it was really good. I don't know if it necessarily tastes like a spanakopita, but I think it does taste a lot like spinach artichoke dip. But I think it's a really good appetizer. But I would worry I would fill up on that too much when the food arrives.
Me too.
It's like really good.
Now it's time to get into the sushi, and I am the only person at this table that eats seafood. So I have a whole sushi roll to eat myself. Now I had been planning on getting this shrimp sushi, but our waiter kind of solidified it for me. He let me know that it's really good, and the salad that is kind of served in the middle is really good as well. He said it's tossed in a soy vinaigrette, which sounds really good to me. I've never had a soy vinaigrette before, but yeah, I just feel like if you're a Greek restaurant that serves sushi, the sushi that's on the menu, I would think it should be pretty good if it makes the menu in a Greek restaurant. Going for a dunk in the soy. Let's try it out. The asparagus in there is a little odd. I'm pretty sure it's like raw asparagus. I don't think it's cooked. The shrimp is good, and I really like the fry on the outside. It adds a really nice crunch. However, I think this would be better if it had like cucumber and avocado in it. It needs a little like creaminess from the avocado in there. And then it would be really good. It's still good. Like it's still pretty solid sushi, but just the asparagus is throwing me off a little bit. Also, another thing with this roll is there's a lot of rice in it. I preferred my sushi to have like very minimal rice, a very thin layer of rice. I feel like there may be a little bit too much rice in this one. I've also never seen salad served with sushi before, so this is interesting. It's literally just the greens and the dressing, but he's right, the soy vinaigrette is pretty good. I am enjoying the sushi, but I just keep coming back for this spanakopita dip. It is so good. So good that I'd honestly come back to this restaurant just to get this again. Ryan is dying over here. He is just eyeing down this spanakopita dip, and he can't have it. He's restricting himself from dairy. Just get a spoon.
What if I do though? Isabel's literally gonna dive across this table. I won't. I won't.
No dairy. Before we get our entrees, I want to tell you guys about my t-shirt. I wore my Nightmare on Main Street tee from Lake Buena Visitors today in honor of Halloween Horror Nights. I felt like it was the perfect Horror Nights shirt to wear. I love Horror Nights. I'm really excited to go back this year, and perfect shirt for it. So if you guys want to shop for this shirt, this is a link in the description, shoplbb.com. The entrees just came to the table, and I can definitely see why they call this the fork, spoon, and knife grilled cheese. It is impressive. The grilled cheese sandwich looks really nice and toasty, and of course super cheesy, and then it's kind of swimming in a pool of tomato soup. And I hope though that the soup and the fact that the grilled cheese is sitting in the soup doesn't affect the integrity of the bread and the crunchiness of the bread, because I do like a crunchy grilled cheese. So I hope it doesn't make that bread underneath too soggy. Now, I am a huge fan of grilled cheese and tomato soup kind of combos. If you watched my last video, you know what I'm talking about. I just went to Disneyland, and I had my favorite food of all time, the Jolly Holiday combo. So I just had a really delicious grilled cheese and tomato soup, so I'm excited to see how this stacks up. And I think I'm gonna put this camera down and get a good shot of me cutting into this, because I need two hands to cut into this, a fork and a knife for sure. So you guys saw I just kind of pulled the grilled cheese apart, and I was expecting a little bit more of like a cheese pull kind of action going on. Not much of that, but it does look super cheesy, and I did feel the bottom of that bread, and it is so soggy. In this grilled cheese, we have 3 different types of cheeses, and then there's also pancetta, which I'm a sucker for some pancetta. Got some on my fork, let's try it out. Flavor is pretty decent. I wish the soup itself was more creamy. I like a creamy tomato soup, which this is not. There's no cream in this whatsoever. So the tomato soup itself is not my favorite. The grilled cheese I think is good. However, just like I suspected, the bottom bread is way too soggy. Like, I understand what they're trying to do with the presentation of this dish. It's a very unique and very cool presentation. However, when you serve the sandwich in the soup, the bread just gets so soggy so fast, and it just no one wants soggy bread. I mean, just look at that bread. You can tell there is no more structural integrity left, and it is just white bread mush. The more that I eat this, honestly, the less that I like it. There's not enough cheese in here either. Like, it looked like there was a lot of cheese, but I'm getting almost no cheese. It kind of, the tomato sauce is just overpowering everything. And Not much cheese flavor, which I like a lot of cheese in my grilled cheeses. Ryan, you got the lamb burger. How was it?
So at first it was very like overcooked on the outside, but the inside of it was because it was such a round patty that the inside it needed to be overcooked on the outside so the inside could be the proper cooked. It's very good. It's like I do really like it. At first, the first few bites I was not into it, but I warmed up to it a lot.
It looks really good, and I had an idea. Ryan can't do it because no dairy, but I was saying, imagine if we put some of the spanakopita dip on the lamb burger. That would be so good.
So good.
We just finished up all of our food, and I decided to forego half of my grilled cheese sandwich so I could finish the rest of that spanakopita dip, because that is how much I really liked it. If I come here again, I think I'd definitely change up my entree choice and maybe get the scallops risotto. They have scallop with corn risotto on the menu that looked really good. I love scallops. So I think I might change up my entree order, but I think I'd definitely come back. I really enjoyed my meal. So we just wrapped up our meal over at Mythos, made our way outside. I'm gonna give you guys kind of like my final rundown, final thoughts on the meal. I enjoyed it. I thought the theming inside was excellent. If you're looking for like a good themed meal, good ambiance, good vibe, that's your spot to go. It was really cool in there. It truly felt like you were in a cave, which I thought was awesome. The food, I thought the appetizers were great. Like I said earlier, I'd go back for that spanakopita dip time and time again. That was excellent. The entree that I ordered, I didn't really care for, so I'd either order another entree or maybe just go back and order a bunch of different appetizers. A lot of the apps on the menu sounded delicious. They had like an octopus, a calamari, they also had lamb meatballs. All that sounded really good, so maybe I'll go back and order a bunch of apps to try out. Overall, do I think it's the best theme park restaurant in the world? I have to say no. The theming was great, like I said, but there are much better restaurants in terms of food, in my opinion, that I have been to in the theme parks. Some would include Yak and Yeti over in Animal Kingdom, Le Cellier in Epcot, as well as like Lamplight Lounge over in Disneyland, but it is definitely good. I will definitely be back, and I recommend you check it out too. But we are finished over here at Islands of Adventure. I think we're actually gonna go across and make our way into the Universal side so we can check out this crepe stand, maybe get some dessert over there. I've never tried it, and I keep hearing these things about these crepes, so I think we might head over there, try and get a crepe, and then try and ride the new Minion ride that just recently opened. It's in a soft opening phase, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be open, but definitely gonna grab a crepe and try to ride the Minion ride. We just made it over to the Universal side, and I'm excited because it looks like the attraction is open. I'm gonna go ride that. I love like shooting, like ride game type things. I love like Toy Story Mania, Buzz, all that stuff. So I expect to really like it. I'm very competitive, so that's why I like that kind of thing. But we're gonna hit up the ride, and then we're getting some crepes. I'm ready for some dessert. So we rode Villain Con and just made our way over to Central Park Crepes, which is right across from Mel's Drive-In. They have a selection of savory and sweet crepes, but like I said, this is our dessert, so I'm going with a sweet crepe today. I waited about 25 minutes for this crepe, so this better be the best dang crepe I ever had in my life. Also, they were out of the strawberry hazelnut, so I got blueberries. I'm not really sure what's gonna be in this. I don't know what to expect because they had to kind of like mess around with the stuff since they were out of strawberries, but I mean, it looks good. Is it 25 minutes good? Let's see. How do you eat this?
Look at this.
Oh, you twist it off.
No, you just rip
The part, okay. So you rip off a little part of what, okay. The back won't rip. Okay, let's try this thing. It's very hard to eat. The crepe is hard to like tear apart. Was yours hard to tear apart?
It was pretty hard, yeah.
I feel like this is gonna get everywhere. That was just whipped cream and blueberry, but whipped cream and blueberry can't go wrong, yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. If you got the time to wait, you might want to grab yourself one of these crepes. I think I definitely would have liked the strawberry hazelnut better, but this is still good. So they did end up giving me the hazelnut one. However, it was so messy that I couldn't even turn my camera on if I wanted to show you guys to film it. It was pretty good. However, there was too much wet topping to crepe ratio. Like, it was so stuffed in there that the crepe was kind of just falling apart everywhere, all over my hands. But it was good. It's something that I definitely get again. It was a good dessert. I do wish, however, it was like served on a plate so you could like cut it with a fork and knife. I feel like it would have been a little bit easier to eat. I like the idea of the cone, but it was just, there was too much wet topping in it to be a cone, but it was good. That crepe is gonna do it for us here today at Universal. I wanna give a shout out to everyone who's joined my Patreon. We have Danielle, Wayne, the Latham Thomas family, Linda, Armando, Loco, Tracy, Leah, John Paul, Dustin, Nancy, Kara, Jeremy, Barbara, Lisa, Paul, Misty, Abdullah, Ashley, and Lindsay. Thank you guys so much. And thank you to everyone who's watched this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, leave me a like, and look out for the next video. Bye guys.